Hello everybody, it's me, Ellen. Today we're going to talk about something super important. It's called communication. You know, talking, texting, emailing, all that good stuff. We often hear about the big C's of communication, like being clear, concise, and courteous. But there's a fourth one that's like the secret ingredient in a really good recipe. It's correctness. I know it sounds a little bit like a school lesson, but stick with me. Being correct is what makes everything else work. It's about making sure what you say is not just nice and short, but also true and accurate. It's like when you tell a joke, the punchline has to be just right, or else crickets. So, what does correctness even mean? It's simpler than it sounds, I promise. Being correct in communication just means two things. First, using the right words and grammar so people understand you easily. It's the difference between saying, "Let's eat, Grandma," and "Let's eat, Grandma." See? Punctuation matters. Second, it means making sure the information you share is actually true. It's about sharing facts, not just things you are facts. In a world full of so much information, being a source of truth is like being a superhero, but with better fitting tights. Probably. Think about it like this. Imagine you're putting together some furniture. You know, the kind that comes in a flat box with a million little screws and a tiny wrench. The instructions need to be correct, right? If they say use screw A, you need screw A, not screw B. If the instructions are wrong, you end up with a wobbly bookshelf that leans more than I do when I'm trying to scare someone. Correctness in our words works the same way. It gives people the right instructions to understand our thoughts and feelings, preventing a whole lot of wobbly conversations. Being correct builds trust. When people know that what you say is reliable, they listen more closely. They value your opinion. It doesn't matter if you're talking to one person or a million people on TV. When your words are accurate and your language is right, you create a strong connection. It's a sign that you care. You care enough to take a moment and get it right. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. It shows respect for the other person and for the conversation itself. It's like bringing a really good, thoughtful gift to a party instead of just grabbing something from the gas station on the way. Let's bring this home. Literally. Think about your daily chats with family and friends. Correctness is a big deal here, even if we don't notice it. Imagine you text your friend, "Meet me at the coffee shop at 8, but you meant the one on Main Street, and they went to the one on Oak Avenue. Oops! A tiny, incorrect detail just made your friend wait alone, sipping a sad, lonely latte. Or what if you told your family you'd be home for dinner at 6 p.m., but you were looking at yesterday's calendar? You get home late, dinner is cold, and everyone is a little bit grumpy. Being correct with small details saves everyone from confusion and frustration. It happens all the time in our personal lives. Maybe you're trying to share a story about something funny that happened. If you get the names or the places wrong, the story gets all jumbled up. Your friends are trying to follow along, but they're lost. Wait, was it Brenda or Barbara who fell into the fountain? Getting the facts right makes the story better and funnier. It's also important when giving advice. If a friend asks you for directions, you want to give them the correct route, not send them on a scenic tour of every dead-end street in the city. Correctness is just a form of kindness. Now let's talk about the professional world, like at your job or at school. This is where correctness really puts on its business suit. Sending an email to your boss with the wrong project name or an incorrect date for a deadline can cause big problems. It can lead to confusion, missed opportunities, and maybe even a very awkward meeting. Your boss might think you're not paying attention or that you don't care about your work. Taking an extra minute to double-check your email before you hit send is one of the smartest things you can do. It shows you are professional and reliable. Same thing goes for school. If you're writing a report or giving a presentation, using correct information is everything. You can't just say, "The moon is made of cheese because it looks yellow." Your teacher will not be impressed. I mean, it would be delicious, but it's not a fact. You have to do your research and use accurate data. This is how you get a good grade, but more importantly, it's how you learn to be a smart, credible person. Being correct in your schoolwork shows your teacher you've done the hard work and you understand the subject. It's your time to shine. Nobody's perfect, right? We all make mistakes when we communicate. One of the biggest challenges is simply using the wrong word. You know, like when someone says, "I could care less," when they really mean "I couldn't care less." It's a small thing, but it completely changes the meaning. Or mixing up words like your and your, or there, and there. These little slip-ups can make our writing confusing and make us seem a little less careful. Sometimes our brains just move faster than our fingers or our mouths, and the wrong word pops out. It happens to the best of us. Another huge challenge is sharing information without checking if it's true. We see something online, maybe on social media, and it looks real. It's shocking or exciting, so we share it right away. But wait, was it actually true? Spreading wrong information or misinformation is a massive problem today. It can cause arguments with friends and family, and it can even be harmful. It's like a rumor that spreads through a whole town. Before you know it, everyone believes something that isn't true, all because one person shared it without checking the facts first. It's a tough habit to break because sharing is so easy. Sometimes the problem is just not being clear enough, which is a form of incorrectness. We might think what we're saying makes perfect sense, but we forget that the other person doesn't have all the same information we do. We might say, "Let's meet at the usual spot," but maybe there are two usual spots. This lack of specific, correct detail leads to a breakdown in communication. The other person has to guess what you mean, and guessing often leads to getting it wrong. We assume too much and don't provide the complete, correct picture for the other person to understand us. Finally, a lot of us are just afraid to ask questions. We don't want to look like we don't know something. So if we're not sure about a detail, we might just guess instead of asking for clarification. For example, your boss gives you a task, but you're a little fuzzy on one of the instructions. Instead of saying, "Could you explain that one more time?" you just plow ahead and hope for the best. This can lead to doing the task incorrectly, which wastes time and energy. Being brave enough to say "I don't know" or "Can you confirm this?" is actually a sign of strength, not weakness. So, how can we get better at this? I have some easy tips for you. First, just slow down. Before you speak, text, or email, take a tiny pause. Just a second. Read over your text one more time. Think about what you're about to say. This little moment can help you catch a wrong word or a confusing sentence. For important things, like a work email or a school paper, read it out loud. Your ears will often catch mistakes that your eyes miss. It feels a little silly, but it works. It's like a mini rehearsal for your words. Next, become a fact checker. It sounds official, but it's easy. If you read something surprising online, just take a moment to look it up on a reliable news site or fact-checking website before you share it. If someone tells you something that sounds a bit off, it's okay to say, "Oh, really? Where did you hear that?" It's not about being rude. It's about caring for the truth. And if you're not sure about something you're saying, just say so. It's perfectly fine to say, "I'm not 100% sure, but I think." This honesty makes you more trustworthy, not less. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't understand something, ask for more details. Say things like, "So to be clear, you mean we should meet at 3 p.m., not 4 p.m., or could you spell that name for me?" Asking for clarification is one of the most powerful tools in communication. It shows you're paying attention and you want to get it right. It saves so much time and prevents so many misunderstandings. It's better to ask a simple question now than to fix a big mistake later. Trust me on this one. It's a game changer. Finally, I want to ask you to do something. Be kind to one another, and be kind to yourselves. We're all learning. If a friend makes a mistake, don't make fun of them. Help them. If you see someone spreading wrong information, gently and kindly correct them. Share these tips with your friends, your family, your kids. Let's create a world where we all try a little harder to be correct, to be truthful, and to be kind. Good communication can change the world, one conversation at a time. Let's start now. Be kind to one another. Bye-bye. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Together, we can spread the power of good communication.